So those questions made me get defensive, like, oh, he's trying to judge me.
Right.
He's trying to judge me, trying to get all in my business, all in my pockets. And this is going to be a deal breaker, to see if he wants to be with me or not. Nonetheless.
For the long term. For the long term.
Can he build life with this girl?
Yeah.
Right? So long story short, we run my credit report because I hadn't ran it in a long time.
Right.
We run my credit report and baby, I don't even want to say what the number was.
Lately I had this
Just know that it was bad.
It was bad.
It was bad.
Horrible.
I'm talking about nobody should have been giving me anything.
And they weren't.
I couldn't even get certain apartments because they wanted to charge me so much deposit based off of what they ran and saw in my credit report.
Your history.
My history was terrible.
Your track record.
It looked bad on paper, y'all.
It looked bad on paper.
Bad on paper.
Welcome back to another episode of the Big Dog Talk podcast. What are you smiling for?
Let's go. Come on.
It's me, the one and only Big Charles.
I'm not in the mood for him. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Big Shay, and I'm definitely back in the building with my wonderful headache.
You see the people smiling at us? Oh, they happy to see us again. They happy to see us again. This feel good. This feel good. Man, I don't take y'all for granted. I don't take y'all for... Meanwhile, ain't nobody in the studio. Ain't nobody looking at us.
Y'all looking at us.
But the sticky boards.
That was good. It's a beautiful day today.
It is.
It's a beautiful day. Spring has sprung.
Spring is springing.
It's definitely doing what it's supposed to do.
And I don't want to be in here.
Well, I got my feet out for the first time. Got my sandals on. I'm ready to go.
Scoot your chair just a little for me,
Ready
sweetie.
to go play.
You look nice. You orange.
Earning?
You earn, not orange. You orange. You orange.
I thought you saying earning.
Your orange is matching like your hair almost.
Yep.
Look nice.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Question for you right quick.
Oh, boy.
No, not even a question. I want to, so your kids.
Yeah.
I want to bring this up real fast. I'm gonna ask the listeners.
What's up?
So they've been having we don't let them eat McDonald's.
Yes, we don't.
They haven't eaten McDonald's in years.
I'm talking about a decade.
But because they have a great grandmother.
Yeah.
Who spends time with them from time to time.
Yeah.
She sneaks them to McDonald's.
Yes, you do. And Burger King. All the places we don't let them eat at.
Sometimes Wendy's.
Wendy's too. Oh, have mercy.
Your youngest son came to me the other day and he said, Dad, do you think it's okay since I make good grades that it's possible that you let us eat McDonald's from time to time? Mommy already told me to come to you and ask you, so I want to hear your perspective. And I told them I don't really agree with it, but they had some good points though.
No, they did. They came to me first early in the morning asking the same exact question. Mom, do you think it's okay if we can get McDonald's? I said, what's this new fascination with y'all and McDonald's? I said, see, what happened is y'all had some.
Right.
Y'all done had the dang on McDonald's, and now your body is craving it.
We gonna get to the topic, y'all, but y'all know y'all family, so this is some stuff that we dealing with at home, some issues. This is some home issues.
Yeah, so I told them I was not comfortable with buying McDonald's for them to eat.
But your younger son said from time to time when we go on vacation, Mom eats Popeyes.
Mom eats Popeyes. C4 said, but you guys let me eat pizza on Fridays. So they had some points, but like I told you, I think it was yesterday, it's just something about that dang on McDonald's.
After you saw like the commercial on social media, like about the fries, man.
I mean, all that, but then we haven't eaten McDonald's since almost 13 years because Chase when I was pregnant with Chase, I was eating it. And so it's been like 12 years since we've had it.
Yeah.
And we stopped for like...
They got a good point, though.
They
got a good point. If you're going to eat Popeyes, they can eat McDonald's. They got a good point. In court, you lose that one.
So what you saying? You about to fold?
So no, I'm saying either you stop eating Popeyes.
I barely eat Popeyes though. In all fairness, or not, like I bet.
But they're not asking.
Barely.
They are not asking to eat McDonald's every week.
So you think in their brain that they're gonna have it one time and not ask for it again?
Well, here you are the food controller. You are the food police in the house Monday through Friday. You checking the cabinets every day.
Because I gotta replenish that.
Who ate what? Who drunk what juice?
Mom, I'm so sick.
You're the food cop.
I'm definitely the food cop because that's my role in the house. I gotta replenish it, keep it full so y'all can go there and see.
You barely eat Popeyes. They're saying that they barely will eat McDonald's. I'm not gonna make the decision because I can go without all of it. So we need to. What do y'all think? Should our kids be able to eat McDonald's? I want to know.
Or we got them living under a rock because they don't eat McDonald's.
What's fair? What's fair? What's not fair? You know, listen, I don't want to pass down no generational curses to my kids of eating unhealthy. You know, and Monday through Friday, my kids eat. Well, Monday through Thursday.
Yeah, Monday through Thursday.
Our children eat pretty healthy. My home cooked meals. Mom makes sure it's portion,
breakfast,
fruits,
lunch, and dinner,
vegetables, proteins.
Yep.
Monday through Thursday. My children are begging,
pleading
for some McDonald's.
I'm ready to have them write a paper on it since they're so interested in it. Do some research, write a paper. I'm ready to put them to work like a teacher.
And for some reason, when it's hard conversations or hard topics that mom don't want to answer, she sends them to me.
No, because I said straight up no, and they said, "Well, we're gonna talk to dad because we feel like dad would be a little more
understanding,
flexible and understanding on the topic." I just said no.
Well, I just think it's unfair for you to say no, and they made a great case. That's all I'm saying. They made a great case that when we go on vacation, mommy eat Popeyes.
They saw me do that one time.
It doesn't matter.
They're not letting it right.
That's all it takes for your kids to see you do one wrong thing and it becomes an addiction. This is how we pass down generational habits to our children. So it's either you help them monitor and manage the junk food, or you say, I'm going, you know what? No McDonald's and it's no more Popeyes. Simple as that.
Anywho. Bringing McDonald's in the house just feels like, oh my God.
It does. It feels like death.
It feels like, oh my gosh. That's just how I feel about it.
I don't want them to eat it, but the kids made a great case.
No, they did. They did.
And I'm going to stay out of it. I just wanted to see what you guys thought about it because that's between my wife and her kids. Anyway.
Yeah, you know it's not going down like that. But anyway, it's right. We about to wrap up this series.
Yeah.
Our 4-week series. We've been talking about ways to create financial freedom.
Right.
And change the dynamic of your legacy. Do something different, something new to set your kids up, their kids, that will pass through generation and generation, even when we're not here anymore. We've been putting y'all on free game.
This is
how we do it.
Your opportunity to take control of your life, period. We don't want to keep blaming anyone for holding us back. We don't want to keep pointing the finger. We don't want to keep focusing on the problem. We want to start focusing on solution-based ideas.
Yep.
So these series, was it 4 or 5?
It was 4.
4 series.
4-part series.
4-part series. It was all about just, it is basic. But you have to have a foundation to build off of. So this is your opportunity to say, you know what? I'm taking control of my finances. I'm taking control of my life. I'm getting myself together. Although I know these things, it's time for me to apply what I already know. Mm-hmm. You know, 95% of people are going to hear these things and say, I know this already, but 99% of the people are going to ignore it. And that's just the truth. That's just the reality of things.
Because I was thinking that too. I'm like, a lot of the things that we talked about, people may say, oh, I already knew that. I already heard that. However, this is bringing it back to the front of your face so that there can be some application.
Back to the basics. This is a call to
Application.
action.
Yep.
Call to action. It's easy to always learn new topics, new subjects, new information, but it is tougher to apply what you learn.
Yep.
And this is what we lack. We lack application.
Yep.
So everything that you're learning, yes, this is basic, and there are levels to this. But you have to start applying what you already know. Mm-hmm. And today we're going to talk about building credit from scratch, from zero, and why it's important to build credit
from scratch,
from zero.
Yep. I mean, I did it. You helped me do it. So, and everything that, the beauty of this too, everything that we've been talking about in this 4-part series around financial freedom and changing your financial legacy, they are real life things that we've done in our family, in our relationship, things that we're doing with our children, things that we are still doing and getting to the next level from simplicity to now it's a little bit more complex based off of where we are in our lives.
All we want to do is add value to you guys' life. This information, this knowledge that you're getting, once you apply it and you become this becomes your lifestyle. Now you can be an example for your children. Mm-hmm. Now you also, not only can you be an example, but you can teach and break down to them step by step. This is how we add generational blessings to our legacy. This is how it only takes one person to say, you know what, I'm stopping this pattern. I don't want to suffer. I don't want to live in survival no more. I don't want to work paycheck to paycheck anymore. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just start off with my story. Mm-hmm. So y'all already know Big Charles. I come from Mississippi, which is the poorest state in the world. Hardly any opportunity for people like me. I already knew that, and this is because I'm grateful for where I'm from, but I knew that I was bigger than my environment. Mm-hmm. When I was coming up, what influenced me, besides my father, were the drug dealers. Mm-hmm. Those were our level of success, because you don't see that many opportunity. You don't see that many people that look like me or us that are in position that are inspiring enough to say, hey, I want that position. I want that. Right. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So when Hurricane Katrina hit, we lost everything, moved to California. I started working in the bank. Mm-hmm. Now, here I am. I'm little kid working in the bank, 21, 22 years old, making $12, $13 an hour. Mm-hmm. I was making $24,000 a year. Mm-hmm. I didn't even know anything about building up credit and why it was important. But because I got into a different environment, right, I was able to see the importance of it. Now my perspective and my influence is going from drug dealers to entrepreneurs, yep, and investors. Mm-hmm. My perspective is starting to change. Mm-hmm. So I got to ask questions to the people that I were engaging with, entrepreneurs. So I wanted to build my credit. I had zero credit. This is at 21, 22. Mm-hmm. I went to a few stores, I even applied for a credit card at my job, and they turned me down because I didn't have any credit. Right. Not because I had bad credit, I had no credit. That's another point. And no credit is bad credit.
That part.
So I tried with my job. They didn't give me a credit card. So what I did was I went to a jewelry store. I went to Macy's, mm-hmm, and I bought a gold bracelet, but I financed it. They gave me they allowed me to finance it, but at a high interest rate. Mm-hmm. I already had the money to pay for it, right? But I needed to establish some credit. Y'all better listen to these doggy treats, right? So I went to a jewelry store, financed the bracelet, and for 6 months I made the payments. Right. I did this 2 or 3 times. Then I went back to the same bank, my job, and applied for a credit card. Mm-hmm. Now, they turned me down from a regular credit card, but I was able to get a secured credit card.
Okay. So secured credit card.
It's like when a secured credit card is when they put a certain amount of money on the card. You have a limit. Let's just say a $500 limit.
Okay.
And you cannot spend past $500, but you have to be able to show and create a history of on-time payments
Right.
for a certain amount of time until you're able to get a basic credit card. So are you following me?
Yeah.
This is a 22-year-old, 21-year-old with no education behind how to establish credit.
Right. Right.
Right? So I did the first process. I went to the jewelry store. Got past that step, right? And y'all follow me with this. Y'all follow me.
He's
y'all
going
follow
somewhere.
me. I'm building up, and I'm giving you doggy treats along the way. So I went to the jewelry store, created that. What word am I looking for? I did. I
Like a payment history.
Yeah, I created that payment history. So now I'm at the secure credit card phase.
Right.
Right.
Now you've established some credit at
Some
Macy's.
some history.
You show you can buy things and pay.
They
things
can
off.
trust me a little
You know
bit.
what? You just got a little something.
I'm gonna trust you with a secure credit card because I don't trust you quite enough.
Trust you.
You see what I'm saying?
Got a little something going
But
on.
you know what? You're a youngster. You trying.
Yep.
I see you making your payments on time. You're not late.
Right.
I'm gonna give you $500.
Right.
And if you can make these payments on time, you know what? Come back to me later, and we'll go from there. Got a secure credit card.
Yeah.
$500 limit. Is my story boring? Because I want to
Keep going.
$500 limit. I did that for a few months. It took time. It took me to be patient because I wanted a regular credit card. I was like, everybody else, these entrepreneurs coming up here with regular credit cards. I want what they have. So time went by like about around 6 months to a year. Established that, okay, you can trust me. Now I've graduated. Da, 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 da.
Letter in the mail of Mr. Hawkins.
Yes. I'm going to give you a regular credit card, and it have a limit of $2,000 on it. I'm still 22 at the time, making $24,000 a year. Right?
Yeah.
$24,000 a year. Now I have a regular credit card.
Right.
I have some money saved up in the bank. Probably about $5,000-$10,000 I've been working on saving.
Right.
Every 6 months, what I would do is every 3 to 4 months, I would call and ask for a credit increase. So it went from $2,000 to $5,000. 6 months go by. Okay, can you guys increase my credit score again from 5,000 to 7,500 to 10,000 to 25,000? It just started increasing. I was building a relationship. I was never late for my payment. Right. I was never late. Good balance history. I kept the credit card. I never maxed my credit card out. I managed it really well. I was establishing something, and I was building trust with the banks.
Yep.
Now here goes the sweet spot. The sweet spot though. Here goes the sweet spot. At the age of 24, I got a raise from the job from 24,000 to 36,000.
Listen.
Balling. Balling. 36,000.
Listen.
36,000 I was making.
Yeah.
You know.
I was there for that.
36,000.
I was there for this part.
I got good credit. I saved up some money. And guess what happened? The economy hit. It dropped. Guess who was in position to buy a home at 24 years old, making $36,000 a year?
This guy. This guy.
The little guy. The guy from the hood.
This guy.
The guy from the hood that come from nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
The market
True
dropped.
story.
The market dropped. I'm 24 years old.
Yep.
I got a little money saved up. Guess what? It's time for me to try to buy a house.
Yep.
I didn't even think it was possible. Within 30 days, by the age of 24, making $36,000 a year, I was able to purchase our first home in California.
Yep. That was crazy.
Crazy.
Yep. True story.
Crazy.
True story.
True story or not?
True freaking story.
But anyway,
True story.
So here we are.
Right.
Bought the first house at 24.
That's a true story. True story. True story.
True story.
Big true story. Yeah. And so, see, your story is different from my story as
Yes.
it relates to credit. So that's why we wanted to spend some time to give you guys a couple scenarios because you got no credit and you got bad credit. Okay. We don't.
Horrible
You
credit.
got no credit and you got bad credit. They
Yeah.
don't want to give me anything. And if you guys have been listening to this series, then you understand that when I went to college at 17,
Mm-hmm.
I was exposed to applying for my first credit card. Really ignorant to credit cards and how it worked and what I needed to do. So I got the credit card, maxed the credit card out with absolutely no money to even try to pay the credit card off as a freshman in college. So that was the first um, mistake with establishing bad credit for me. And so then it just continues to go on. You know, in college, I had to take out a lot of loans
Mm-hmm.
to put myself through college. Got a couple of apartments and bills started to, you know, accrue with apartments, paying things late. So I'm also showing that I pay my bills late. That also was a negative impact on my credit. So when we get together, knowing what you guys know about Big Charles, one of his first questions was, "How much money do you make?
Yeah.
How much money do you have saved up?
Yeah.
And when is the last time you ran your credit report?"
Yes, Lord.
I looked at him like, "So, first of all, I don't know who you think you are, but in all the dating that I have dated, no one's ever asked me those questions." So I thought that because those were a couple of things that I was proud of how much money I made.
Right.
Wasn't really in a position to save too much money, but I had a little bit of money saved, and I knew that my credit was bad. So those questions made me get defensive, like, "Oh, he's trying to judge me."
Right.
He's trying to judge me, trying to get all in my business, all in my pockets. And this is going to be a deal breaker, you know, to see if he wants to be with me or not. Nonetheless,
For the long term.
for the
For the long term.
can he build life with this girl?
Yeah.
Right. So, long story short, we run my credit report because I hadn't ran it in a long time.
Right.
We run my credit report, and baby, I don't even want to say what the number was.
Lately, I had the strength.
Just know that it was bad.
It was bad.
It was bad.
Horrible.
I'm talking about nobody should have been giving me anything.
And they weren't.
And they weren't. I couldn't even get certain apartments because they wanted to charge me so much deposit based off of what they ran and saw on my credit report.
Your history.
My history was terrible.
Your track record.
It looked bad on paper, y'all.
It looked bad on
real
paper.
bad on paper. So once he already gone through the process of establishing really good credit because he's fair, right? So I ran my credit, he ran his credit. A+ credit. I'm talking about one of the highest numbers I'd ever seen in my life. So what he said was, "Okay, that's cool. Let's look on here. Let's see which places we can call, which things we can plan to pay off, which things we can get removed. But the biggest power move that we're going to make is I'm going to make you an authorized user on his current credit card." And I'm ignorant to credit. So I'm like, "Okay, cool. But what's that going to do? You know, what's the benefit of that?"
I connected her name to my name because my name was good. I connected Big Shay's name to my name because my credit history name, reputation, was good.
Yep.
And what that done, it automatically brought her credit score up from what it was to a little bit higher. It gave her the opportunity. Now she's on my credit history.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I didn't even need a card.
She didn't know, and I wasn't giving her a card.
I didn't even have a card.
No.
I just became an authorized user, you know, on that particular credit card.
So we're going fast. So one, if you have no credit but you don't have bad credit,
The Big Charles scenario.
the Big Charles scenario, secured credit card is the way.
Open a secure credit card.
2, if you have horrible credit, bad credit,
Like Big Shay had.
Big Shay scenario, you need to get someone that trusts you and believes in you and become an authorized user on their credit card.
And they don't have to give you the card.
And they don't have to give you the card.
So what that did was, and when I say like sort of like expeditiously, like 6
Expeditiously.
months to a year,
Yeah.
my credit score started to increase and increase and increase and increase. So much so that 2 years later,
Go ahead, talk about it.
we get to purchase our second home in California under. Now my name is good.
Yay! And here's the thing, though.
My name is good.
Now, look, though, remember,
Yeah.
because I don't want to act like we were just some super rich
Oh,
ballers.
please.
Big Charles was making $36,000 when he bought his first home.
Mm-hmm.
Had enough savings account,
Mm-hmm.
good credit. Here you listen, we are just like you.
Mm-hmm.
We are just like you. Even when you go to even decide your mate, your partner, ask the hard questions.
Yeah.
If you see yourself having the possibility of being with this person for the rest of your life, ask the questions.
Yeah.
Which one of you have the good credit? Which one of you have the savings account? Which one of you makes the good money? Which
Yeah.
one of you manage the money?
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
let's take control. We own our future. We own our destiny.
Right. Right.
We own it.
Right.
Big Shay just said within 2 years, she was able to buy a house under her name at 27 years young.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
No, yeah. This is like our first time kind of like talking about it in this kind of way.
Yeah, that we
With the process, and we even leaving stuff out on how we, sacrifice even in between those 2 years to get to the second home.
Only reason we leaving stuff out is because we're talking about building credit.
That's what we're talking about. Yeah, we're trying to keep it simple and to the point and give you guys, applicable practical steps to do what we did. So I become, authorized user. Like I said, 2 years later, we're able to purchase our second home.
Yes.
And through that journey, I become an entrepreneur, right? And through becoming an entrepreneur, it was really important that I had already been working on my credit because now I get to also have a business credit card.
And now we're transitioning from building credit to understanding why it's important to build credit for yourself and for your future.
Yes. And the doors that it opens up for you when you have good credit established.
Yes.
So just to circle back, number one, building credit from scratch. Number one is open a secure credit card.
Right.
Number two, if you are like I was and you do not have good credit, partner with someone. If it's someone you're in a relationship, a family member, partner with someone that can trust you and realize that you're trying to, turn your financial situation around and become an authorized user on that person's credit card because they have good credit. And simultaneously, it will help build your credit history and your credit score when you need your credit ran to do things for your future.
Pay your bills on time.
Number three.
And the reason you want to pay your bills on time, because when you do not pay your bills
on time,
where do they send you to? Collections.
Those are big dings on your
What do they do when you go to when you go to rent out an apartment? Mm-hmm. They're going to run your credit history. Mm-hmm. They're going to see that you are in collections. What are they going to do when you go to the bank to get a loan and you need a business loan? They're going to run your credit history and they're going to see that you either managed your credit well or you did not.
So can they trust you or no, we can't trust you? Or we can trust you with these stipulations: higher interest rate, doubling down on the deposit for that spot that you want. It's going to cost you more.
You have to understand the reason it's important to have good credit. First of all, if you want to build wealth, one of the fastest and best ways is being able to buy a home at the right time.
Yes.
That will create a great foundation for you to build generational wealth by buying some type of land. I know you know this already. Mm-hmm. I know you know this.
And this is probably some goals of some people, that we're listening to. It's a goal.
But we want to help either condition, recondition, and set you up for your future and change it for the rest of your life. You can give this information to your children, because once you have this information and once you apply it, it becomes yours.
Right.
Why it's important to build credit? One of the major reasons, it helps you be able to be in position to buy a home.
Yep. Yep.
The second reason, like Big Shay said, it helped position her to establish a business line of credit.
Yep.
One of the best things that I see entrepreneurs do is they use the bank money to make money.
Yep.
Somebody tell me where I'm wrong. They leave their cash in the bank. What they do is they go to the bank and they get a loan from the bank. And they take that money and they use it to go create money for themselves.
Absolutely. Yep. Yep.
So this is why it's important to build and establish credit. This is why we decided to do a 4-part series on creating wealth for yourself, because you could be like Big Shay and was making money but had bad credit. Big Charles was making minimum money, no money, but had great credit. Mm-hmm. It's still a solution there, guys. Yeah. It's what I'm telling you. It's still a solution there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because making money and managing money and building and establishing credit all works hand in hand to benefit you.
Yep.
It makes life much easier for you. Come on, man, we can do this.
And then number 4 is something that I wasn't doing, so that when it came time to run my credit history and get my credit report, I was really surprised at a lot of things on there. And I was like, I didn't even know this was on my credit report. Like, what is this? This is from this. This is from that. So number 4 is simply monitor your credit report. When in that phase of life, when you are focused on building credit, establishing credit, or cleaning up your credit, make sure that you monitor your credit report so that you know what's on there, so that you can address that as well. Big Charles even shared with me that anybody is entitled to an annual free credit report.
Right. Right.
What are the companies?
Is it
Equifax, Experian?
Is it Equinix? I forgot
the third one.
I have it right here.
However, when you run it, you're going to get all 3 of those back anyway. All 3 of those are going to get sent back when you get your credit report ran. So you, in essence, you want to know where you stand.
Yes, because sometimes, right?
Life be lifing.
No, not even that. They do make mistakes.
Oh yeah.
They could possibly send you to collections on an error.
Yeah, that's true too.
Because I honestly,
medical bills are good for that.
Yes, and also student loans.
Student loans are good for that as well.
Yep. So you want to check your credit history at least once a year, because they could possibly have some errors on there, and they
dispute those.
Yes. And I because we were going too fast, you didn't give me time to look at my notes. I forgot it's Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion.
TransUnion is the one I always forget. Okay, yeah.
So you are entitled to a free credit report annually from each of the major 3 credit bureaus: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion.
TransUnion, right.
They make mistakes as well. Take control of your life. Take control of your life.
I mean, and just in full transparency, we're sharing our story from beginning up until where we are now. But in full transparency, I'm still learning a lot about the benefits and why it's important to build credit, personal credit and business credit. So much so, 2 days ago, I had an aha moment on why it's been so important because once you still have to maintain it.
Yeah.
Right. That's where it comes with paying your bills on time. If you have credit cards, pay those things off. Don't spend the money on the credit card if you don't have the money to pay the bill.
That's called a lie. When you buy,
you don't have that money.
That's called lying to yourself.
That's what I used to do.
That's called lying to yourself. You don't have. You want to put it on the credit card. Now I understand you got it for emergency reasons.
Yes, that's different.
You have a plan, a strategy.
Yes.
To knock out the bill. But if you just undisciplined person that's buying things for no reason, you're lying to yourself.
And true story, when I first got my business credit card, I was like, this all they giving me?
Right.
Remember, I was like, wait a minute, I've been a business owner for 10 years. This is all they're giving me. But I hadn't established business credit. And then the next thing you know, 6 months later, I look up and they had like quadrupled on their own, quadrupled the limit that I now have on my business.
That's
credit
because here's the
card.
thing: whether you like it or not, everyday decisions,
Yeah.
you're accounted for it. Every choice that you make is either going to help you in the next 5 years or hurt you in the next 5 years. Simple as that. And I know you guys are saying, well, this information that you guys already know, but are you applying it? Are you applying it? Because just like Big Shay just told you about business credit, we have tons of information on how to we going listen, we're going somewhere.
Whole nother conversation.
We're going somewhere. We're going somewhere. But you gotta want this more than we want it for you guys. You gotta want it more than we want it for you. You have to be that. I was that one person that said, you know what, I'm done living off of survival. I'm done struggling. I'm gonna get me a partner that's willing to grind it out with me, that has what it takes to get somewhere, to live a life that's more meaningful than the both of us together.
Right.
We're going to work together as a team. That's why you can't get all caught up in social media why, I can't mess with you unless you make it over $100,000. Listen, you're a fool. You're an ignorant fool. If you feel like you can't get with someone and you come up with a strategy and a game plan for the both of you that's going to help take you to the next level, that's ignorant on in every area. That's ignorant to think you can't come from nothing.
It's limiting.
Exactly.
It's very limiting. Very limiting.
Do we need to give them any more information?
We've done. Listen, I'm gonna tell you guys like this. I've thoroughly enjoyed being able to share this knowledge with you guys during this 4-part series. I was so excited when Big Charles came up with it because we always want to ensure one that we keep it fresh and that we switch it up for y'all, but also we always want to make sure that we are adding value, to your lives in so many different areas. And finances is one of the things that we are really big on. And we've been through so much and trial and error and have a lot of experience in this area. So it was only fitting that with our BDT community that we share some, like Charles said, some very basic level starting points in all 4 of the episodes, just to bring it back to your top of your mind, make you focus on it a little bit more so that you can change the legacy of your family and change the dynamic of your financial situation, because it's never too late. That's first of all, and it's nothing but benefit on top of benefit on top of benefit on top of benefit from focusing on the areas that we talked about in our 4-point series.
And did you get the ebook? Did you get the e-guide yet? Did you get the e-guide on how we navigated our daughter to a full ride academic scholarship? Did you get the e-guide? Because that right there is guys, $14.97. Did you get the e-guide?
We need y'all to get the e-guide.
I need you to invest in your niece, your nephew, your cousins, your friend. $14.97. Did you get the e-guide to help you walk you through step by step on how to change the trajectory of your financial future for not only you, but your children?
Yes.
My daughter graduated college with money in the bank because they paid her to go to school.
Yep.
It put her in a great position to be in. When she got out of school, guess what? She didn't have to stress out instantly.
Right.
She has a cushion. She has the opportunity to look for different jobs. Although she's working for mommy in the family business, this is the same thing that you can do for your family.
Yes.
We're not flexing on anyone. We're not trying to flex. We want you guys to see we are people just like you. We're not one of those people on TV acting like we just got trillions and billions of dollars. But we want to add value. And it's time for you to get out of survival mode and live a better quality of life.
And you don't have to do it like us, but just do it. Do it like you. We already talked about that in some of the other parts. You don't have to do it like us. You don't want to be an entrepreneur? Fine. Go back to the first part of the series and figure out ways how to save money and make extra income on the money that you already have.
You get your job, save your money, make side money, put money in stocks, get some real estate.
It's tax season.
BigDogTalkPodcast.com. Go get the e-guide. We getting up out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed this 4-part series on how to create financial wealth for yourself, how to take control of your own life. Y'all give us some feedback on what y'all think, man. We love y'all. Until next time.
Peace.